Good afternoon, Dr. Har.
Afternoon, Ryan. How are
Thank you
you?
for allowing me to interview you today.
My pleasure.
I'm good today. How are you?
Doing fine, thank you.
Very good. Today I'm going to ask you a series of questions involving your profession. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. What is it that you do for a living?
I am a physician and dermatologist.
All right. What is a dermatologist?
A dermatologist is a medical doctor or physician who specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of any condition of the hair, skin, or nails.
Really? So when and why did you decide that you wanted to become a doctor?
As a youngster, I always preferred helping people rather than hindering them. And so I aspired to be in a position where I could help people. And I like to work with people. I like different personalities, the variety we see in different people. So I decided to pursue medical school and becoming a doctor.
Very well. After you became a medical doctor, what persuaded you to specifically become a dermatologist?
In medical school, I appreciated the vast nature of medicine and surgery and the various subspecialties that are available. And I quickly recognized the very nice niche that dermatology was, in that I met so many very talented physicians in various specialties who, if they weren't dermatologists, really knew little about the skin. And seeing that everyone had skin and many people had skin problems even on other medical services. So I was impressed and attracted by the niche that it offered, the niche of expertise, and so I pursued that.
Really interesting. What colleges did you attend, and what type of classes did you have to take?
I went to undergraduate school at the United States Naval Academy, where I majored in physical sciences, so I had most of the classes that I needed for medical school, which included most of the sciences, math and such, biologies, a variety of different ology courses, chemistry, physics. The only course I didn't have in college that I needed additionally for medical school was organic chemistry, which I had to complete subsequent to that time.
How many years of schooling did it take for you to become a medical doctor?
You complete 4 years of undergraduate, so that's 4 years of college after high school, and then medical school is 4 years, and then typically, depending on what specialty you want to go into, internship and residency is typically 3 to 4 years minimum, up to twice that for a variety of other specialties.
Really? How many years after you became a medical doctor did it take for you to become specifically a dermatologist?
I was required to complete 1 year of internship after medical school, and then 3 additional years of dermatology residency, so 4 years in total.
Was it a great expense for you to become a doctor?
I was fortunate in that I was in and with the military at the time, so it wasn't a great expense to me in out-of-pocket monetary expenses. However, I did pay in years of service after the completion of medical school.
Really? How long have you been a doctor?
For 21 years.
21 years, that's a long time. Do you work for someone, or do you own your own practice?
I do own my own practice. I like to say I work for my wife.
What's it
Our practice is called Arrowhead Dermatology, located in initially Glendale. We later moved to Peoria, and we have a satellite office in Avondale as well. And we've been in practice for 10 years now.
Really? How many people work for you?
We have about 50.
Really? As a dermatologist, what kind of medical conditions do you see most often?
I spend most of my time presently cutting out skin cancers and then fixing the holes, trying to restore people to as normal as possible afterwards. In past years, the majority of things that we see as dermatologists are a variety of rashes, any condition, abnormality of the skin. We see a lot of warts, acne, is a significant problem.
It's a bad thing.
Psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, and of course we see a lot of skin cancers, precancerous conditions, as well as melanomas, which can be life-threatening even.
Have you ever had to tell anyone that they were going to die?
I've had to share that news with several people over the years, which can be difficult, but I like to focus on the positive, that there's always hope, despite the dismal nature of prognosis based on statistics, given the depth of a melanoma or such.
What do you like best about being a dermatologist?
I like the detective, investigative nature of it, that we get to see up front, close and personal on different people, conditions of the skin, hair, and nails, and based on history and such, we have to be detectives in putting things together and figuring things out. So it's mentally challenging, and it's gratifying when we come up with the right answer, putting especially difficult conditions together and coming up with the answer that other doctors haven't been able to many times. And it's gratifying working with people, and generally being in a field where we are able to help most people, even though we deal with some chronic conditions, which it's a matter of helping people improve and doing our best to maintain them in an improved condition.
Yeah, nice. You seem like a nice guy. What do you like least about being a dermatologist?
Oh, in this modern era of managed care, as it's called, I like to sometimes cynically refer to it as mismanaged care. Some things are dictated to us, and we're limited in what we can do in certain areas, what we can see people for, based on insurance restrictions and such. I don't particularly care for the administrative requirements, but documentation is so important. It's critical to good medicine as well, so I recognize that. But it's time consuming, and I may spend 8, 9, 10 hours in a day working feverishly with patients, and then I have another few hours of paperwork to document things. I don't particularly care for that, but it comes with the territory.
Really? Tell me what an average day in the life of a dermatologist is like.
Again, I can speak in past years, as I did general dermatology, that you typically probably work a half clinic day of about 4 hours seeing patients, and you might see anywhere from 4 to 6 patients an hour. And you do that in the morning as well as in the afternoon. So you'd see about 8 hours of patient care. Presently, though, I don't practice general dermatology anymore. As I said, I spend most of my time cutting out skin cancers, looking at the slides as they're prepared fairly soon afterwards, doing a procedure we call Mohs surgery, M-O-H-S, where we prepare rapid frozen sections and horizontal sections of skin cancer, looking at all the margins. So it's the technique with the highest assuredness of getting all the tumor out, not leaving any behind, and while keeping the hole or defect as small as possible. Then after spending usually an entire day doing that, then the next day I usually do the repairs of the holes that I've made.
Really? That's good. Being you are so busy, how do you find free time, and what do you enjoy doing in that free time?
I like to exercise, and my favorite form of exercise is getting out on the ice, playing ice hockey. I love to get out and play ice hockey with my son, who's a pretty fair hockey player. He's got a ways to come up to my level yet, but I like to get out there with him. I like to get out and ride my horse as well, once or twice a week, which is a great release for me.
Really? That's cool. Over the years of you being a doctor, do you have any regrets?
No, I've enjoyed what I've done, and I would do it all over again.
That's good. Would you recommend going into what you do for someone else?
For the right person and for the right reasons. I see more and more younger doctors coming up who seem to be motivated to go into medicine, principally to make as much money as they can.
10 seconds.
And I think that detracts from the altruistic nature of medicine as well.
All right. Thank